Hey guys, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I'm going to be answering this question of, does nail biting cause teeth grinding? And actually this question can go in the lines of, why is it that I bite my nails, and then why is it that I also grind my teeth and I can stop myself from doing it. First, let's understand that nail biting cannot cause teeth grinding because they are two separate behaviors. But now the correlation comes in this aspect of understanding that that nail biting has like a motive behind it, like as something which is driving it, or let's call it the fuel which is driving it. And most of the time, actually, if you are a nail biter, especially a chronic nail biter, you realize that you may be biting your nails in social situations or when you're just a bit anxious or stressed. So when you bite your nails just to cope with a stressful situation, your mind kind of adopts this behavior as a go-to mechanism when you're stressed. So the same mind can also pick up another coping mechanism when you're stressed. So the mind can now pick up, let's say, something like nail biting and chronic teeth grinding. Let's say when you're stressed, the mind goes to your coping mechanism of choice, because a coping mechanism provides you with a temporary relief, like you feel better or you feel good to some extent, but in the long run it will harm you. But now, because you've been using it for a very long time, you've lost the control of this behavior. That's why sometimes you may find yourself biting your nails, and after a few minutes you grind your teeth, let's say in situations which trigger that stress or trigger that anxiety, and you can't find yourself, and you can't stop yourself from doing them. Like a friend can just tell you, hey, you are biting your nails, oh, you are grinding your teeth, and then you stop. That means that that friend is alerting you that, hey, become aware of your behaviors. But when you've done it for a very long time, you lose that awareness of those behaviors. And something about our behaviors is awareness in itself. When you are aware of the behaviors, you can manage them, or we can say like you can control them. But when you lose this awareness, that's when now they become unconscious, or they become something which you cannot control. And that's what we call now an unconscious control. Like the deeper layers of your mind now are taking over. And when the deeper layers of your mind take over, like, you will find yourself doing something which doesn't make sense. In fact, like, if you find yourself doing something which, when you think about logically, rationally, like, it's something which no one else should be doing it, then just understand that you lost that control of that behavior. Let's say, for example, staying in a toxic relationship. When you sit down logically and look at it, you are like, how come someone is staying in a toxic relationship? Like, they are being hurt, they are experiencing abuse and all those things, but someone is still staying. Simply means that the default to that person, like that person has become accustomed to that kind of toxic environment, to the point where the mind thinks that that is a safe place. Because when something is predictable to the mind will keep it, because it will think that actually this is the safest place for this person. So it goes all across the board to all your chronic behaviors, like someone who's drinking, and then they've been told by the doctor that, hey, if you drink again this will happen, or smoking. It's just that the mind has become accustomed to that behavior. And when a mind becomes accustomed to a behavior, it will keep this behavior as a way to keep you safe. So to the mind, it thinks that it's keeping you safe, because it's keeping you safe from, of course, the anxiety, from the negative emotions you've buried beneath the surface, the stress, or seeing the reality for what it is. Because sometimes the reality can be scary. Let's say you have a lot of debt, you've lost someone in your life, sadly, and then you've lost your job. So all those things are aspects of reality. So the mind will always look for something to keep you away from seeing the reality. And those things now are now coping mechanisms. And sometimes now it can be nail biting, it can be teeth grinding, it can be a toxic relationship, or any other thing. That's why all these behaviors, they may have a correlation, but the correlation is what exactly, or what benefit does this behavior, or does this chronic behavior give you in your life? So the more you investigate that, the more you get to the point of understanding that maybe it's time to face the reality, or to face that painful situation in your life. Yeah, but sometimes facing those things logically may not be possible, because the unconscious part of your mind has more control over the conscious part of your mind, because it's a collection of a lot of memories and a lot of life experiences. That's where now therapy comes in. Like, therapy comes in to bring to your awareness the things you are burying beneath the surface, or kind of, you can say, like, to clear those subconscious goals, or those subconscious patterns you've picked up because of past experiences. Because once you make peace with that, it will simply mean that you are the kind of person who can deal with stressful situations, who can deal with anxious situations in life without running away from them, or without picking up that coping mechanism of choice, and without really dealing with these subconscious motivations. You'll find yourself just hurting yourself in the real world, but you can't stop yourself from doing them. That's why you may grind your teeth, go to the dentist, pay these expensive visits, not simply because you want to do it, it's just because you've lost control of it, and your mind has gotten accustomed to it, and your mind knows that it's better for this person to grind their teeth so that it can cope with the anxiety than this person to face the anxiety. But healing now is, no, it's better for this person to face the anxiety, or to face the anxious situation, than to grind their teeth, because if they grind their teeth, they're going to lose their teeth and they're going to get hurt more. So that's just a shift which happens when you go deeper and face your inner fears, or face those underlying issues which are driving your current behaviors. Hope that makes sense, guys. Let me know your thoughts on some of the addictive behaviors which you are engaging in, which don't make sense at all. And have a wonderful day.